Have you ever been to a large city? If you said yes, there's a good chance you've seen a homeless person, especially during this COVID pandemic. How did you feel when you saw that homeless person? It's a bit frightening, isn't it? I was 6 years old on my way to Radio City Musical Hall in New York City to see the Rockettes when I saw a man sleeping on the streets. He had a scraggly beard and was wearing layers of clothes as if he needed to have all of the clothes he owned on his body. There was a shopping cart near him with random collections of things that looked like they were picked out of a garbage can. A strong odor permeated the area. I was scared. I quickly crossed to the other side of my parents walking down the streets so that I would not have to be the one nearest to him. I also felt bad for him. How did this happen? How did he get here? According to the Coalition for Homeless, over 122,000 homeless people slept in New York City shelters, including 39,000 children. How is this possible? That's more than the number of seats at MetLife Stadium, USA. Well, for starters, there's a lack of affordable housing. Yes, there are projects that try to find housing for homeless people, but the host neighborhoods oppose these efforts. Because people are scared of the homeless, even the media feeds this fear, with articles about how homeless people do bad crimes. The myth about homeless is that they are violent and dangerous. The truth is that many people, homeless people, are not perpetrators of violence, but in fact victims of it. Many of them are victims of domestic violence, which leads to the victims becoming homeless. Also, there are attacks on the homeless. According to the report named Vulnerable to Hate, a survey of bias-motivated violence against people experiencing homelessness, there were 83 documented anti-homeless attacks in 2016 at New York City, and 37 of the victims lost their lives. The same study estimates the true number of deaths on the streets is closer to 13,000 annually. Yes, there are difficult circumstances like mental illness and substance abuse that complicate the picture. My dad is a psychiatrist and has taught me to have compassion rather than fear for people with mental illness. I've decided to try compassion instead of fear. Around the same time, I began to take notice of stories of people helping the homeless, some of which went viral on the internet, like the story of Lauren Puryear, who set a goal to provide 30,000 meals to people in need by her 30th birthday. She uses extreme couponing for her charity. 2 years ago, on a trip to New York City, I saw a homeless man with a sign. He had no legs. The sign said, "War veteran, please help." I felt a stirring in me, like I had to do something that very moment. That we were going to give him some money, but I asked my parents if we could actually buy him dinner, being inspired by Lauren Puryear. My parents said yes. We went to Pret Manger in Times Square and bought food. He was so grateful. We thanked him for his service. I felt great. Don't be afraid of the homeless. Get involved any way you can. Make gift bags to hand out to the homeless. Bake cookies. Ask for donations from friends and family, or donate money you make selling lemonade during the summer. When you are old enough, you can volunteer in soup kitchens and shelters. But most of all, find it in your heart to feel compassion instead of fear.